look at
I
it is
love
that
this
we
show.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking, oh, talking.
I want to thank y'all for joining us again. We be talking, okay? Listen, this conversation is so good. It just kept going and going and going. We almost forgot to introduce ourselves. I know you know who we are, but I'm your girl, Tamara. That's my girl, Sheikah.
Period.
That is Kim. And that's Ave. And this is our wonderful and amazing guest, Franklin Muhammad. Yay! Listen, this has been so good, and we had to give you more. We had to come back on week 2 because we couldn't cut it off because it was just so good. So make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you share, okay? Click that notification bell. There it is. Click it right there. So when we upload this video, you will be the first to know, all right? So this is a good part. You just said something about the meaning maker, and I was like, what you mean? And you just broke it down, and it was so good. So let's continue. Let's continue the conversation, y'all.
everyone has a meaning maker, and that meaning maker is always on. It's always on. What I mean is that the trash, the trash. Why because you leave the trash there, it means something to me. It's just trash.
Oh, gotcha. Meaning maker. Got it. Okay.
It's just trash. Matter of fact, all the trash is in here is saved because we brought it in here.
Yeah.
There's no acid. There is no cyanide. There is no biological radiation that we brought in here. So that's trash right there. So why am I making such a meaning? The mere fact that you don't sweep that way, or you sweeping in the way that you're sweeping, I've just added meaning to the way you sweep.
Okay.
I got it. I got you.
And if you can turn that meaning maker off sometime and not give it so much weight.
I got you. Making a big deal out of things that's not supposed to be such a big deal. But I not know. Comment down below. Tell us what you think, because my mind is being blown.
So yeah, we've been talking about intimacy, and the thing that we talked about last week was in an intimate relationship, and this could just be friends, it could be in a relationship with their spouse or partner, whatever. But in an intimate relationship, it's the level of commitment. It's a level. Some relationships have deeper connections, requires a deeper commitment based on the advancement of our relationship. Yeah, I can be intimate with my friend, but there's something I ain't telling you. I'm not telling you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because of my commitment. It's just a level. We're gonna keep this down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like we said right here in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Favorite triangle.
We just
Yes.
at the basics.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm not saying things to you that are not that I don't want to share. And again, it's a level of commitment and positive, effective, cognitive, and physical closeness that one experiences with a partner. That means the other person has to be committed and sharing in a positive, reciprocal, although not necessarily symmetrical relationship. And so we have to always be aware. Who am I being intimate with? Who am I sharing with? And is this person in my level of commitment consistent with the level of intimacy?
That's
right.
Even the wrong.
That's the part we stopped off. That's the part we stopped off last week. How we'll go from one level, from the bottom straight up to the top, and we skip everything else in between.
Skip everything else in between.
Yeah.
And so what we were talking about is when you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of need. Okay, so we have the cognitive intimacy, which is down at the bottom. We have the emotional intimacy, and we have the sexual intimacy. And those are the levels. Again, if you don't feel safe with this particular person, if you don't feel a sense of loving and belonging, then we shouldn't be skipping
Right.
to being in a sexual and intimate relationship. Again, when we look at the chart, and Tamara, she's going to bring it up again, it shows that self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, and this includes creative activities. And that's
Right.
those are the creative activities that we're talking about, that we need to be involved in, and that we're keeping it in line. That way we know how to consistently advance our relationship.
You know what? That's why some women don't have orgasms, because they skip from one level and go all the way to the top, and we skip the whole middle part.
No.
And if you don't feel safe.
Well, that is, again, when we look at, just when you pull up the chart again, you'll see over on the left side you have low level arousal, medium arousal, and high level arousal. And if you're skipping and you're starting at slightly aroused and you're skipping and you allow him to jump, and brother man, he comes ready.
Wonder why
Brother
they
man
have
comes
level of
ready.
arousal. So do men don't have level of arousal the same
Oh
way?
yeah, we go boom.
That's it. That's that one level.
Boom.
There's one girl, they ain't steps like ours. It's just
That don't make no
No,
sense.
the thing is it's not, the beautiful thing about it is when you help a woman to feel safe. Just because I feel safe around you, she's already slightly aroused because I'm feeling good.
Okay, Ave.
Oh,
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
again, if we go away from that part where you gotta, foreplay starts
Mhm.
at the beginning of the day. No, foreplay should be consistent. Because when I help her to feel safe, we have this emotional connection, we're sharing with each other. We're in foreplay all the time. Because we're sharing.
Yeah, that's
we're,
true.
we're committed. We're always sharing. And at any moment, this thing can, because of the way our relationship progresses, we start off some days feeling connected emotionally.
Mhm.
And if I'm sharing with my partner and he's committed to reciprocating, we go right on into, because the thing is, we want to make sure that the woman is highly aroused before he put it in. Otherwise, you ain't ready. That
Right.
You heard
Absolutely.
me again. Let me just put the head in. Oh, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Just the tip.
That's
Just a
fancy.
tip. I don't.
Just the
First
tip.
of all, I don't feel. Here we go. Watch this. I don't feel safe.
Well, somebody on here said all it takes is the tip. We got one of the girls on here said all it takes is a tip for her to get highly aroused.
Oh my
Be like,
God.
Portia, who said that?
You can go back and look at the tapes.
But again, for most, and again, so how many times do you let them put the head in it? It's just now we at 275 of you not being fully pleased. And like, baby, I'm here for your pleasure.
Wow.
So let
You
me
know-
help you to feel safe. Go ahead.
It makes me wonder how many people have just settled for a mediocre level of pleasure or intimacy because you haven't experienced anything past what you have. You think that's the highest you could go, or you think that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people are settling for just where they're at because they don't know that there's so much more beyond that.
Like Ave said, this triangle gonna bring them a little bit of light.
Oh,
Come on now.
But remember what we talked about, that most women are taught that and reinforced that men are the provider and protector.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's it. You don't see anything, and then he gonna be wanting sex.
Mhm.
And he
So as
wants
long
sex
as,
and
as
not
long as he pay the
realizing
bills, you just give it to him. He
you
pay the
just give it
bills.
to
You
him, as
got
long as he paying the bills. But in the
Wow.
back of my mind, dude, I can pay the bills myself.
Come on now.
So I'm not even aroused when you come in because
I
your
think
assignment has already been completed.
Wow.
Yes.
Lord.
I'll arouse myself.
Yeah, I was feeling good by myself.
Yeah.
Then you
Lord.
go to the grocery store and let me find out which one of these cucumbers I'm getting today.
Oh my.
Oh my, hold on, wait a minute. We've advanced so much further than a cucumber.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
We've advanced so much further
Oh
than
my
a cucumber.
gosh.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh. Jesus.
Lord.
Mr. Muhammad,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for you because I have been stuck at the beginning part of this conversation and I just can't get off this hamster wheel and I just need a little bit more clarification, please.
Okay, go ahead.
When you said the statement about sometimes we just have to turn off the meaningless thing, my brain received it as a contradiction because my brain received it as, well, if that's a part of my intimate expression of telling you, hey, I don't, this trash on the floor in front of the trash can, I really need you to pick it up. Why would I have to turn that meaningless part off in order to kind of keep the peace? To me, that defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do as far as get to the top of the triangle.
Right. And that's good. And so the thing that we're looking at is there are more important things that could be in your relationship that you could use that meaning for instead of burning it on this trash right here. And
Right.
because you've made
I
the
understand.
trash, you put meaning on the trash, because you put meaning on the amount of gas in the car, and because you put meaning on how the windshield looks, because you put meaning on the way the television is set up in the thing, you put all these things, it's like, oh my gosh.
And now that's who need counseling. When we put meaning on the windshield. We definitely.
But what I'm saying though, there is more to me for your husband.
Yeah.
Right,
That you can just sit down and instead of me making a meaning out of the trash, just say, hey baby, how was your day? What's going on with you?
It makes so much sense, Mr. Franklin.
Why you don't you?
It does.
Is something else going on? No, don't worry about the trash. Don't worry about the trash. I want to know what's going on with you right now.
Right.
That I can just.
So you can't do both.
that
Because I
can
feel like
just help
sometimes it's
you.
an either or.
No, it
I
ain't.
can't.
It ain't either. No,
Right,
it ain't
I'm saying,
either
so
or.
you can't do both.
No,
I
you can do
can't be.
both. But what I'm saying though, you have to prioritize. You have to say, you know what? What's
What's
more
more
important?
So
Important.
good.
Because what happens is what's
Mhm.
going to happen is eventually, you complain about this trash. There's a number assigned to each time you put something on the trash. Now you at 987
That's so
times
good.
that you have complained about the trash,
Mhm.
So
all
good.
because of whatever.
Turn your
And
meaning.
what's going to happen is that you'll look back. You'll be in the ICU.
Devil is a lie.
Jesus.
No,
And
I'm
be
saying,
like,
I like forwarding it to the ICU, and because you have you're in the ICU, and what was more important to you was the trash
the trash.
than
I
his
feel you.
heart.
This is good, Mr. Franklin.
Mm.
Because it was more important that you had at this moment.
Yes.
When I just came from the grocery store and they harassed me at the grocery store. I was at work and I got overlooked for promotion again. Did you know that today I came in? I had to train this guy who was younger than me to do on how to supervise me. I had to train him. Do you know I got to go back to work tomorrow? Because if I don't go to work, you know what you're going to tell me? Because you're a provider.
So good.
This is really good.
Awesome.
And all I'm saying is in those moments, there is something more important. The king is in the house. The queen is there. Let's find out what we can do to help each other.
Yes.
Love it. Awesome.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
So your spouse or whoever should be more important than trash.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
good. So good.
Or you know what you can do with all that money you got?
Mhm.
Get a maid.
A robot.
There you go, get a maid.
Get a maid. Let the maid.
Very
be in
true.
effect.
Very true. Yeah.
That's all that trash problem.
That's it.
And it's like, I can't afford a maid. What do you say to people who say I can't afford a maid? Well, you got 3 kids in there with cell phones.
Come on.
Hello. Come
Franklin,
on now.
break it down.
Absolutely.
How many kids you got in there with, and not just any cell phone? Man,
Yeah,
Yes.
no need for trash.
absolutely.
You either give me them cell phones so we can get us a maid, or get your tail out here and clean this trash.
Come on now.
We just helped us on so many levels.
Oh yeah. Even mine got cell phone.
Girl, listen. You know
Wait,
what?
are you, Mr. Franklin, are you frozen?
He is. Did he go somewhere?
He played with us like, granny baby.
No, I don't think he playing.
He frozen. Where were we?
Yeah, so we started talking about what we talked about last week. We were just reviewing that there are four components of intimacy, and there are more. So I'm sure that people would say that there's recreational intimacy and there's all other kinds of forms of intimacy, but for the most part in this particular conversation, we're just going to focus on the cognitive, emotional, sexual, and spiritual intimacy. And as we defined them before, is that intimacy, again, is the level of commitment in each relationship. In an intimate relationship, there is a commitment that both people have to reciprocate.
Yes, absolutely.
They have to reciprocate. And again, it's a commitment and positive, effective cognitive and physical closeness one experiences with their partner in a reciprocal relationship. And so last week we were talking about just cognitive intimacy. We're talking about helping each other feel safe, creating that safe environment for our spouse, being able to control our emotions, that we can be able to help him or her feel safe in a relationship, because we want that from our partner as well, for us to be able to, for them to help us to feel safe.
Yeah.
And to take the time and cater or support our needs, in which we are, and they don't just say, you know what, you just crazy, girl. You don't know what you're talking about. Every time I turn, you complain about something. Well, no, I want to help her to feel safe. What is it? And that's where that communication comes, and sharing it in a positive aspect. Not saying that you don't take the trash out.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable with the way that the house smells when the trash is left in.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, I just messes with my nose that the trash is in the house like that. Can you help me, baby? Can you help me feel comfortable? Can you do that for me, please?
Right.
We talked about prioritizing, right? What was more important to focus on.
Right. We did talk about what's more important. We did talk about again being able to have the ability to stop.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, you know what, I need therapy.
Yeah.
Me personally, because I can't let this stuff go.
I think we all could use a little bit of therapy.
I know.
You get therapy, you get therapy, you get therapy. Everybody get
Come
therapy.
on now.
Everybody get therapy. So, but the thing is that we want to be able to get up to the point where we are, our relationships are advancing.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we don't want to just stay on the cognitive side. No, baby, I want more of my relationship than just that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to see that our male or female partners has more in them.
Right. That they may not even realize that
That they might not even realize it.
stuck
Yeah.
at this intimate place only from the way they were brought up. So they're kind of stuck there. They
Right.
never advanced.
They never advanced because my mama told me all you supposed to do is provide. That's all my mama told me. You're the
Yeah.
provider. Well, hold on, mama. There's more to me than just
Right.
the ATM.
Right.
Right.
No, can you call me to check on me to see how I'm doing?
Yeah.
Hello, it's me.
It's me. Yeah, absolutely. And so as we are, because we have practiced at the bottom, we practice right there at the bottom, how to reciprocate, how to share with each other. We now advance our relationship to emotional intimacy.
Yes.
I love it. And everybody's triangle looks,
The same.
yes, the same.
It is the same because again, because if you have a map and I have a map and our map is saying that we need to share with each other
Mhm.
and that you're not on the same level as I am, then hold on and let's go back to helping each other feel safe.
Okay,
Yeah.
put it this way. So everybody's implementation of
Mhm.
their triangle looks differently
Looks different.
based on the relationship. Because sometimes we like to make it seem like a relationship is supposed to look one particular way.
Right.
What may work for Chica relationship wouldn't work for my relationship. What works for Tamara's relationship with Xavier would not work for Kim's relationship. Because we're gonna speak that, boo. So with that being said, I think the need to what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all help me.
Compartmentalize.
Yes.
Mhm.
No.
You're right. And you're right. It shouldn't. It's what works for Jerry and Michelle may not work for us.
But we're all on the same triangle.
However, when I say I don't feel safe, Jerry should stop, Michelle should stop, Erica should stop,
Right.
Wilson should stop.
I love that. Yes.
Because otherwise, then I don't need to be in the relationship with.
Come on now.
Because
If you
when I
can't
say
stop.
I'm not safe, you don't stop.
Right. There's no need to go on.
That's
So good.
abuse.
There's no need to go on.
Absolutely.
Right
Whatever
there.
Celine Dion said about the heart will go on, it's sure enough on if you don't listen to me when I say stop.
Right. If I don't feel safe or if you don't feel safe, whoever, and it's not just the woman, it's also the man.
Right.
If they don't feel safe about something, then we don't need to go on. And
Right.
if one of the people in the relationship is not willing to stop and say, okay, all right, let me try to see if I can change some things around. Let me, change this. Let me help you to get to a safe space. Then we don't need to be in a relationship.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because that's just toxicity right there.
Absolutely. At the highest level.
Yes.
At the highest level. Which is why everybody need therapy, Mr. Franklin.
Right. Because I think I've been toxic before.
Oh, girl, I'm
No, I've been toxic before.
You said stop, and that mean what? I'm joking. I just wanted to bring a little bit of realness to the show, you know.
That's true.
But I just think these tools that he has given us is if we take them and implement them, that's another thing. You can give all this information out, but
You
if
got
we
to
implement them. I think we could really grow and advance in our relationships. We move on up this mountain. Okay.
Absolutely. And again, when we look at, we put everything on the side that aligns with that, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And again, there's other tools that you can use to bring out different ways of getting your needs met or whatever it is. We're just using this so that we can go back to the basics.
Amen.
We need food, water, shelter. We need to feel safe. We need to feel a sense of belongingness. And again, looking at intimate relationships, when a person advances up to that level, we're in an intimate relationship.
And Mr.
Yes,
Franklin, I just want you to say this part again because it had really blessed my soul when you had said it the last time. You remember when I didn't receive it the last time because my feelings a little bit. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't receive it when you were saying that because remember I brought it up to you that one should be able to say no because I felt like it was a Willy Wonka ticket that was being given.
Oh, about the doggy style.
And Mr. Franklin asked you, he said, who said doggy style was wrong?
Who said doggy style was bad?
Yeah, but just because I just used that as an example.
Who told you that?
Right.
And I loved the way that you broke that down because I mean, let's be real about it. If you have not, like I said, the Willy Wonka ticket, because the way you were talking about it, it was like, I'm supposed to say yes all the time. I can't say no. I could be safe and say no. See, I'm safe now. And I said it. But realizing in the capacity in which you were saying it, can you kind of, just kind of expound on that just a little bit more, because it was really, really good.
We were last week, we were talking about, as we were off the show, we were talking about being able to tell your partner, no, I don't want to have sex today.
Or no, I don't like doggy style.
Or no, I don't like doggy style.
And you broke down why she didn't, or there was an example of why.
We were saying that it's important to be able to have that conversation with your spouse, because we look at when it in sexual intimacy, and I know we're skipping right now, but in the context of that sexual intimacy, being able to share with your partner that when we do doggy style, you come quick.
Wow. You can't handle the dog.
You can't handle, right? You can't handle the dog or whatever. But the thing is that when we talk about the female body, and knowing that only 6%, there was a study of 555 women, and they just asked of these questions, what's the easiest way for you to have an orgasm? That's all they asked. And only 6% of women said that they can have an orgasm consistently through straight penetration.
That's so sad.
No, it isn't sad. It's just that women's bodies are different.
No, it isn't sad.
It is sad.
No, it isn't sad. It's just, I'm just saying the beautiful part about that is,
said it ain't sad.
No. What I'm saying is because, watch this, because brothers are taught that, you got to bring the hammer.
Bring the pipe.
You got to bring the pipe. Lay it down, dog. Lay it down. You're only going to please 6% of the women.
And the Lord sure enough made a whole lot more than that.
Right.
I see him all the time.
And so it's important, it's important that men stop and ask their women, help them to feel safe so that they can tell them, oh, baby, you gotta come around this way. Or I need this particular feeling this way here.
Yes. To vocalize it.
To be able to vocalize it.
Yes.
Right.
Then you won't have a reason to say no.
This is how I'm doing. This is the way it is.
So if you're at the top of the chart, which means you are fully aroused, what is it?
Highly aroused.
Highly aroused.
If you're at the top of the chart, which means you are highly aroused as the woman, right?
Right.
It really don't take all that much. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is right there at the opening, right, Mr. Franklin?
Right. Everything is right there. Most of the fun anyway is at the front anyway.
The truth. Listen, we did a show. We were talking about does size matter? And according to this, I guess size does not matter.
No,
if you are fully aroused.
You know what?
If it was fully aroused, and if you
that girl over there eating. Wow. No, but size can't matter when you talk about the way that the vagina is made.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm saying if you carry some Kegel balls.
Come on now.
You carry some Kegel balls for 4 days. Everything gets tight.
Who doing that?
No, but what I'm saying though, it just depends. Maybe you want a virgin.
Okay, now.
Or if you hadn't had any action in 5 years.
Let them go out to sea out there. You gonna see how tight that thing.
No, but what I'm saying is this, and this is free right now. This is
yes,
free.
sir. Mm-hmm.
This is free.
When you put those Kegel balls inside of you, your vagina is going to continue to contract, and you're going to be able to have more control of your vagina.
It's like a muscle. Any muscle, you got to work it out.
When he's there, and you're just tickling, bam, 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 bam. I'm just saying. You want him to?
You just say? No, I understand.
No, what I'm saying though is that as you're squeezing, as you're holding it, because I love you, because I'm trying to have a connection with my spouse, and you're not this pipe. I want to feel you, sweetie. And so what I have to do is I have to now, because I've had 3 babies, I now have to retrain myself to have my walls a little bit more. Got to take them to the gym.
Right. Work that thing out.
You got to work that thing out. You got to tighten up those muscles. You got to do all of those things. That way, when he comes to you, you personally can experience him. It's nothing he can do about that. Unless you decide that you want him to put something else on. And then you're not even experiencing him.
Right. No. So no.
Yes, that was,
But my point of us sharing that part was, again, is being able to have that commitment, that communication, being
yes,
able to share and being able to say to a partner, this is the way I get maximum pleasure.
right. And that was one of the things I wanted you, which I thank you for expounding on. You added a little more razzle dazzle in it, but you still came around back to
the point that we're talking about is really just, if a person does not help you to feel safe down in the small parts,
Yep.
in the day-to-day stuff,
Yes.
when
Come
it
on.
comes
That's
to being sexually involved, he's
Mhm.
not going to respect you. He's not going to listen to you. He's not going to help you to feel comfortable in the sexual part.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that's why we always use this as a barometer. Again, why am I going all the way? Why am I emotionally connected to this dude? Or
And he
her,
don't make me feel safe.
and he don't help me to feel safe. He won't.
Come on now.
And he may not
You
know.
gotta stop that.
You're right. He
May
may
not
not
know
know
because you
he's been
haven't-
taught
Yes.
that all I am is the provider.
Yes.
So when we get past feel safe, I know on the triangle there is what's the on the part?
Emotional
Emotional.
safety.
Yeah, so like getting past feel safe, the next part is, and I don't think we have-
Belongingness
Yeah.
and love
Belonging-
needs.
belongingness.
Intimate relationship. Yeah.
I know we don't have time to talk about this today,
Yeah,
but
right.
I do want us to go into, because you broken down those the basic and then feel safe. You really just pull that apart on so many levels for us to understand.
So,
I would
right.
like to move up just to see some other things that we're lacking, or maybe some other things that we can
Right.
implement.
So,
But not today, of course, because I know that's going to be another hour and a half show.
So the thing that we'll touch bases on the next time we get together is the feeling of belonging. And because we've practiced this time and time again of helping each other feel safe, you now, because you've established a relationship with this person, you now feel like you belong
Mm,
in this marriage. You feel like you're valued in this relationship.
that's so good.
And
That's-
that's how we continue. And as you feel like you belong, again, when we look at the chart here, you feel moderately aroused.
Mhm.
When I see him, oh my God, there is my husband. There is
You
my
gotta
wife.
come
Oh my gosh.
Those sexy self. Be like, that mine right there.
I'm talking about, if there's anybody who's gonna help me, he gonna help me, or she gonna
That's
help
right.
me.
That's good. That's good.
You know, I often tell, talk to my clients and I say, hey, listen, let's say that you were going to NBA 75, you're going to the 75 banquet or the gala, and you have an appointment with Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and then you actually gonna shoot around with Larry Bird. That's what you're supposed to do. After that, y'all gonna do that. And you get to the event and your spouse says to you, baby, we need to go home. I want to go home. Soon as you get there, and being able to come in and say to your spouse, to say to her, and you can leave at that moment. Can you have the ability to leave at that moment? And a lot of people say, no, I ain't leaving. I'm ready to move with Larry Bird. I got all this stuff going on, right? Not realizing that the reason that she wanted to go was because her and Cheryl Swoop had on the same dress.
Go ahead.
Right. So, when we look at those moments, or Lisa Leslie, that we had on the same dress, or they got on the same shoes, or whatever, we got the same hat on. I can't be in there, and can you leave? And there's sometimes, and I've been there before, where you fuss about it, you can just deal with it, and you get there, and the people that you wanted to see don't even show up.
Mm.
And so now you've punished or you've added to the moments of disappointment. You've added to the areas of where I cut you off. I ignored you. Now I'm up to 237.
And that could be the last time. That could be that person's limit. And
Yes.
you
Could be that person's limit.
Wow.
Yes.
You cut me off. You didn't validate me. You didn't listen. And just because I wanted to tell you that I didn't want to sit in here at the same table with the same dress on. And again,
Wow.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's go on the flip side.
Okay.
Let's go on the flip side.
Flip side.
Remember we talked about that meaning maker,
Yes.
right? And now here we are. You know that he's supposed to go see Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird.
Yes.
These
Is it a big deal?
These most significant moments. And you mean to tell me that you have turned your meaning maker on so much that you cannot sit at the table for 2 hours with the same dress on, that you know when you went to the store to buy it, there was 7 dresses that looked just like it.
Come on now.
That's what
That's the point I was gonna make. I'm glad you
Prioritizing.
made it, Mr. Franklin. But go ahead.
Prioritize. Yes.
What's
You
important?
knew that there were 7 dresses that were going to be available to small, medium, large, and extra large. Oh, now she don't even look as good in my dress. But my point of it is that we gotta be able to
come on with different characters. I love it, Mr. Franklin.
we gotta be able to turn off that meaning maker.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Real
Because
good.
the meaning maker is what's destroying your relationship, is what's
And
causing
Yeah.
you to punish your spouse.
Come
I
on.
was gonna say for that spouse to be that selfish, that dress means that much. That it can't be that. I mean, like, you don't need to be in a relationship where you would but I'm glad you made this example, because there are people that meaning maker make those little things out to be so big. And let me say this, I was there at one point, and probably in certain areas, if I go check it out, it's probably some meaning makers and stuff, in my life, but that dress shouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Right.
To the point where now we in divorce court because we had, at our last straw, and now you didn't want to leave because my dress looked like hers. Like, come on, this is so good. This is so good.
But we do it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we do
we
it. And there are moments in which that are important to our spouse. And again, I go back to the moments in which, there's only like 2 widely known places for a safe Black man. Only 2.
That's so sad.
It's sad, but can you add another one at home?
Wow.
I'm working on it.
No. I'm just saying, can you, because we know there's only 2 of those places available for that he knows, that he has tested, that has been there consistently for him, that did get sensitive when he told him, hey, mama, you know what? There's like 3 women at my job trying to get on me, mama, and I don't know what to do. And mama like, bro, but baby, you better cap it before you tap it.
That's what mama said.
Mama said.
That's all mama.
You better not be bringing my babies up in here.
That was mama's sound advice.
but my point of it is,
No, I understand.
My point of it is because he has this relationship with his mom.
Yeah.
That she can share with him, and we can go back and forth, and we can have that dialogue, and she's not sensitive because I brought this up.
Yeah.
You can be yourself.
I want to be able to create that same environment for when he comes
Absolutely.
on. And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. And that's what we're looking at is that for a Black woman, What are the known safe spaces for you all?
Target. And sorry.
Right.
I can't.
But
You're right, Mr. Franklin.
But what I'm saying though is can your girlfriends confirm that your husband is safe?
Why they gotta confirm? That ain't none of their business.
Because no, it is their business. Because
How?
when you get in trouble, when you get angry, when you get upset, you're going to talk to her.
But I'm coming from another perspective. Because think about it. Usually when people are in relationships, I don't care how close, women don't trust. You have a lot of, remember we did a show about this, about
True.
like,
Women
so
don't
I was
trust
just
each other,
trying to
yeah.
bring a different perspective of like, well, why they gotta, no, they ain't with him. Why they gotta, so that was all I was trying to do.
Right.
That's all.
And that's the point. And it's good that you brought that up
Because I trust
because
y'all. Y'all know I trust y'all.
it's because when you are, in challenges, when you're in trouble,
Yes, sir.
your friends are the ones who give you those answers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if her answer is forget that Negro or forget him or whatever.
Just 3/5. Don't do that.
What's that?
I was just saying, reiterating the 3/5. That's all.
Yeah, he not a whole man anyway.
We just had this conversation, Tamara.
Yeah.
We did.
About I was going to you about some. This was years ago. I was going to her about some things. My meaning maker was on him. And I was like, he don't do this. So she asked me a series of questions. It's good to have good friends. She asked me a series of questions. She said, well, is he hitting on you? I'm like, no. She said, I can't remember what she just
I
asked
said,
me.
is he cheating on you? No. Is he hitting you? No.
You say, is he at home?
Does he provide for you? Yes. Does he take care of the kids? Yes. Okay, so I just asked a series of questions, and I was just like, so that one thing right there gonna take you to divorce court, where all these other things right here are.
Yeah.
Right. And even asking those questions. Now watch this here. And there's nothing wrong with that, Tamara. There's nothing wrong with that. What you just went over were just the basics.
Yeah.
And because you told her that at least he's doing the basics, you should provide him the opportunity to skip the other stuff.
Oh my God.
Tamara, how dare you?
Sorry, guys, to divorce court, Tamara. No, just but to be honest,
we don't look at it like that.
but to be honest, what it was over, I promise you, it was nothing.
Yeah,
it was insignificant.
It was I had to what she did was at that time, and I hear what you're saying. She helped me prioritize what was more important. Because him leaving that trash, it was and thank God she did, because that's no longer an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he sat down and asked me the same questions she asked. Like, what's your
Shut up.
Mr. Frank, I just need to go to counseling. That's all. Because it wouldn't. But when we got done with, I had to look at myself. I had to look within what you were talking about. I really did. I had to look within because it wouldn't even. But amen. But I get what you're saying. Even with what she asked me at the time, because we're programmed that way, was just the basic.
Still the basic.
Still the basic.
But even what Tamara said, now flipping it on the positive side of what she told you, she encouraged you to go back to the basics, to now understand that this person is still there with you. Yeah. So now let's go and let's have this conversation. Now let's go ahead and share why you don't feel safe. And then he can tell you, oh baby, it was already here. It's right here.
Oh.
Yeah. And then now we can build on that that emotional closeness. All right. Well,
sorry,
this has been great. This has been fantastic, ladies.
This has been amazing.
Thank you again.
Yes.
Mr. Franklin Reed, like, I don't know who don't need to hear this, to be honest.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's the truth. Like,
I agree.
We got to continue it some kind of way, some kind of how.
Listen, with this being said, look, y'all, we're going to wrap it up. Mr. Franklin has been here dropping jewels. What we call him? We call him, The love doctor. The love doctor been here with us, dropping jewels, helping us understand who we are, honestly, helping us understand how to prioritize, how to make it up this. Look, we got to make it up this mountain. And you know, he was talking, I'm gonna just say this before I close. He was talking about once you get to certain things, you're at moderately aroused, or you know, you just slightly aroused. I said, okay, that thing getting a little puffy each time. Help myself. But anyway, that's a whole nother show. But with that being said, thank you. Guys, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with this show, you might want to share it with somebody. Help them out.
Come on now. Yes.
Share it. Take notes, ask questions, because with that being said, he has a business. So if you need any more help, we're going to put his information down so you can contact him. Maybe you can schedule something, because look, these little free jewels, we ain't trying to give it out for free. We want to get a man what he's worth. We can't give him what he's worth, but we want to at least support his business. So with that being said, if you want to know more, I'm telling y'all, he got a lot more.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
No more. Please hit him up. Schedule some stuff with him. Let's get this rolling. Thank you guys for watching. As always, until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We be talking, oh, talking.